Afternoon, everybody. Nick McNabo.
Michael Murano.
Today, we've got the pleasure of talking to Liz Graceffo from My Italian Decor, and we're just so privileged to get to meet somebody who's done a lot of the things that I think we've all wanted to do in life. And I know we kind of romance that, like we go to Italy and then we do this, but you've actually lived there for a number of years, and you made some really interesting connections. Can you talk a little bit about how you got into the business you're in and why you do what you do?
Sure. Yeah. So I did a junior year abroad in college, and that was in Florence, and I just loved it so much. I stayed on. So I did a year of schooling, and then I stayed on for another 4 to 5 years. And I worked in the leather industry. I worked with friends in their store, and I also worked manufacturing leather goods, small leather goods, belts, wallets, handbags. So when I decided after a good 6 years of living there that I wanted to come back home or come back to the States, I wanted something that would take me back and forth. And so I started this company. It was completely wholesale. And I was selling to stores like Magnin and Nordstrom's and Macy's. And I started by bringing in friends' products, and then slowly started designing my own things and having them manufactured there. So that was a good 5 years of the 33 years that I've been in business. And
by there you mean overseas in Italy?
Yes. So everything was manufactured in Italy. It was all small artisans, in a little studio next to their home or in a small office, making leather handbags, making leather wallets, making leather belts. So I started by doing that, and then we developed lines together for Magnin. They wanted some specialty goods, so they wanted some leather shoe cases, and they wanted portable backgammon sets and chess sets. And so we did a whole line of boxes, these really beautiful, like steamer case boxes, one that would fit inside the other. And then we did portable backgammon and portable chess sets. And we did shaving sets for men, and just a whole huge line of leather goods that were specifically for Magnin. And then we did the same thing for Nordstrom's. And so that was how it all started, was in leather.
So Liz, you live and work in Novato, right?
Yes.
And what's the name of your company?
Well, the wholesale side of things is via Graceffo, and then the retail side is My Italian Decor. So we still are doing wholesale, even though it went to zero during the pandemic.
Right.
And then we sell also on many platforms, retail.
But you have a storefront here in Novato, right?
Yes, we have a storefront. It's not open all the time. It's very kind of seasonal. So I have a mailing list, and I send an email blast out to my mailing list on occasion when it's open. And it's usually just open between January and September. It's open like maybe once a month, and I'll send out an email blast. People will come in and shop. We put out these big pink signs. And then from September to December, we open up once a week.
So you've been in this line of work for how long?
33 years that I've been doing this. Yeah, it's hard to believe.
Those relationships that you've built over 33 years. I mean,
Yeah.
in real estate, I mean, that's basically our business. It's like relationship estate.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the local artisans in Italy and COVID, and I mean, we were chatting earlier about how you just supported, families. I mean, this is, handmade craftsmanship for generations that you're supporting.
Yes, exactly. A lot of the people that I first started working with, so I'm mostly in glass now. So a chance encounter about 5 years into the business with an old friend in Venice got me interested in glass. And so for the past, 20 some odd years, I've really just been working with glass, and it's all Murano glass and some glass from outside, but mostly Murano glass. And a lot of the people that I started working with 25 years ago, I am now working with their kids. and I know their grandkids, and it's really cool to see that continuity. It's getting more and more challenging for the Muranese, the people who live on Murano, the island of Murano, which is the very small island off of Venice, to make a living in glass, because they have massive competition now from Asian glass or Asian imported glass. So there, and then coupled with the pandemic, there's been a lot of businesses that have gone out of business. So it really is quite heartbreaking, and just makes me more committed to, supporting these families who I've known for so long.
It must be really interesting. And that's really unique too, where you're representing people that you actually know and have known for a long time. Like, to your point, you've known for generations. So that's an interesting element to selling something, that there's like, you have like the fabrics of like family history weaved into the items that you have available for people like Nick and I to come in and buy. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. Almost everyone, I wouldn't say everyone, but 50% of the artists that I work with, I've been working with for over 20 years. And then every time I go, and I go to twice a year, I go to Italy. Every time I go, I do find new artists and start working with them. But they're always connected. Like, the new artist is the cousin of the brother of the sister of the father that I started working with 25 years ago. So it's two degrees of separation in most cases.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, how many of those newer artists are referred to you by people you already know?
Yeah, either referred to me or just they have a similar last name. And so then you ask, and it's like, yes, I'm the great granddaughter of, so-and-so, and the name is recognizable.
That's so cool.
It's very fun. It's very fun. I love it.
That's terrific. I mean, well, we look forward to meeting your neighbors and stopping by the warehouse and seeing your shop in the near future. And thank you so much for your time. And
pleasure.
Everybody, thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure introducing you to Liz and what she's up to in our community. Again, I'm Nick McNabo.
Michael Milano.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you guys next time with more local businesses from our community.